Hey, we're in the kitchen with Erica from Lonnie's Landscaping in the Gathered Earth. Just a really neat business in the Valley area. They've got a store with all sorts of great gifts, and they also, of course, will help you spruce up your front or backyard or the inside of your house. Erica, you also offer classes all the time, which is a fun way to kind of do it yourself, get in there and have some fun.
Well, and people are getting antsy. They want to get out.
Yep.
What's nice about an herb garden, this is a class that we're going to be doing on the 17th, where we will show you how to embellish the planter, and then you get 3 herbs to choose from, and then we'll show you how to make the plant markers, and then you can have it inside or out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and then it's useful as well. So during the class too, we'll be giving out some recipes. We'll give you a little bit of folklore that is wrapped up with herbs. That's what I love about herbs, is that they all have a story. There's always something interesting about them and how they used to use them and stuff like that, because they've been around forever.
You know, and I have to tell you, growing up, we didn't have a lot of access to fresh herbs. Now I'm in love with them. And if you can grow them yourself and you have them on hand, wow, you're going to start using them all the time. When you have to go get them at the grocery store, they're kind of expensive, and then you have to make that trip. But if you've got them right there in your kitchen, fresh rosemary, fresh basil, oregano, parsley, you can just take out a little bit when you need it, and it's fun. It's really fun to do.
Well, and it adds nice color to dishes and that type of thing too.
Yeah,
so it's a quick, easy way to do it, and then people are like, wow,
yeah,
it looks, kind of bumps it up a little.
Exactly, absolutely. So we're going to take some of these fresh herbs and make a real quick pesto, which Memorial Day weekend coming up, and I love this idea. First of all, to make basil pesto, you need like this much basil. I kid you not.
You do.
You need a boatload of basil, and until it's the way into summer,
I was gonna say June, July.
You're not going to probably. Yeah, exactly. So rosemary. Why not make a pesto with rosemary? Great idea.
Right, because a little goes a long way with rosemary. It's a very, very aromatic herb. And when you're making it, what's nice about this particular recipe is there's very few ingredients, and most of you already have it at the house. So if you have the rosemary plant, you're halfway there. It's Parmesan cheese, it's walnuts, it's 2 cloves of garlic, and your olive oil.
Love it.
So real quick and easy, and it's not even a marinade. With it being a pesto, once it's made, you can put it on top of things, on top of all your vegetables. You can put it on top of your beef or your chicken, anything that you put on the grill, to give it a different flavor, and you didn't have to marinate it all day, which is nice.
I love that. Yeah, because it is such a strong flavor. So we're going to start with our garlic. We're going to do this in the food processor. So a couple cloves, those are giant cloves of garlic, so we'll get those going.
So just 2 large cloves of garlic is part of this.
Okay.
And so while you're doing that, what I'm going to do is, you also need a 1/4 cup of rosemary. Now, if you don't have a rosemary plant and you have no intention of having a rosemary plant, you can go to the store, and normally just one of those packages, when you strip it, so when you get it like this, you're just going to take your fingers on it and you're just going to strip it down like this. Pretty much one of those packages is your 1/4 cup. Okay, so that's just kind of a good rule of thumb. So with this, we're just going to lightly chop it. You're not doing a whole lot of chopping, because the food processor is going to do that for us. So this is just to kind of make it a little easier. Just get some of that stuff a little smaller. It smells so good, doesn't it?
The smell of it.
So we'll put this in there. And we're going to put in all the rest of our stuff. So it's the 1/4 cup of rosemary, 1/4 cup of walnuts. Now I'm using walnuts because it's cheaper than pine nuts. Pine nuts are very expensive. And one of the gals at work said, she goes, I could pick that up on the convenience store on the way home. So if I actually have the other ingredients, I can go ahead and just pick up the walnuts there. Pine nuts, maybe not so much. And then a 1/4 cup of your Parmesan cheese. And then you will, once we get that kind of blended a little bit, we'll start adding some olive oil. The olive oil, they want you to start out with about a 1/2 cup, and then you just keep adding until it's the consistency that you want. So what's nice about this particular pesto is, first of all, a little goes a long way because you're using the rosemary. Part of the reason, too, why we chose rosemary is if you're having people over for Memorial Day weekend, one of the stories behind rosemary is it is supposed to represent remembrance. So it kind of helps give your dish some intent. You can remember people as you're having your rosemary pesto. But you can freeze it. So what I had made, this here is a double batch. So I have some in here, I have some in there. You can freeze it so that you have it ready to go.
I love this.
How quick is that?
Drizzle it on a pre-grilled steak right coming off, or marinate it quick. Throw it, in your chicken breast or your steak, and then throw it on the grill. I love this idea.
Toss your roasted potatoes.
Oh, now we're talking.
And eggs. Really good on eggs too.
Drizzle it over scrambled eggs. Yeah, I love that idea.
But again, it has a different taste than a regular pesto. It has a little bit more of a pine taste to it. So use it sparingly
Yeah.
at first and then add more in if you want more.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, the herb garden class, which I so want to do this. It's this coming Saturday. Again, where are you guys? How can they find you?
We are on Richmond Street, north of Appleton, 6064. One of the issues people are running into is that that exit is closed. You can't get off on that ramp. So if you're coming from Green Bay, you need to get off on Ballard, or if you're coming from the Neenah Menasha area, then you would be getting off at 00.
Okay.
And you can still get over Richmond Street, you just can't get off on that ramp. So we're north of town by about 2 miles, and we would like you to call in advance to sign up for the class, so we
Okay.
know what it is that we need to have. So that phone number is 733-2560.
All right, give them a call. What a fun thing to make your own herb garden. $30 and you go home with this whole beautiful container.
Right.
Love that.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.